Ghost Marches for the Punch Daggers and forming that Codex. So you like the Codex pickup from Fade?
Yeah, I actually, sorry, 1 second, I was looking at something. I actually don't really like Codex that much. I think a Hellflower would be a little bit better, but I think Codex is still going to work out just fine, don't get me wrong. It's going to burst down heroes. I mean, Fade is now up to level 12.
Yeah.
She could pretty much go onto a Luna or Slither all on her own and kill them just by herself.
Yeah.
So, and one other thing to note is I cannot believe that Myrmidon is level 11. That's really huge.
Yeah.
So really good job there by Scorpion.
Yeah, you talked about that. I mean, he was level 5 earlier on in the game, which is kind of surprising, and now managing to be level 11. You look at the experience per minute chart, and he's up there just with really in the midst of it with everyone else. So Scorpion has definitely had a fantastic game, and again, a big part of this kind of somewhat of an earlier comeback here. He's 7, 4, and 5 as far as overall hero kills as well. Fade once again, ultimate activated, now level 2, trying to find that victim, his first victim with the Codex, but not going to happen, it looks like, and he'll go back to the lane and continue to farm there. Devour, it's always fun to keep an eye on this. Well, two things. One is he is actually leveling up the Cadaver Armor. You know, that seems to be a little bit of a preference there, whether or not you level it up. Against this Legion team, you think the added Magic Armor makes sense, or would you prefer stats?
I think I think you should definitely level it up. Yeah, I actually have never really seen anybody to keep it level 1 and then go for stats. I think that magic armor is just always good to have, even if you're against a team that has, mostly physical damage. But yeah.
All right, so yeah, he is leveling up, but again, on that note, it is level 6 charges already. And again, you see that in his life. He nearly has 2,000 life now. Again, obviously, he does have a Mighty Blade and Bracers, but still, 2,000 life, the 6 charges, no doubt helping. And especially when you got such a chaotic game where so many kills are happening, that's going to be very beneficial for Devour. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, though, big initiation chance coming in right here. Weedfield will catch a couple of heroes out in the background, and that should be the call for the Hellborn team to most likely just turn around and say, we did not catch them. Let's just clean up the creep wave, and that's exactly what they do. So a solid stand right there from the Hellborn side. Fade pushing the top, but in the meantime, going to get held down by Devour. Both teams are heading up here. Fade going to try to stay alive. Oh, she cannot get away, though. She was just stuck in there. Looks like the creeps weren't helping the situation. And she ends up going down. In comes Myrmidon, though. Carp is going to hit. He's going to stand still, however, and he will avoid the stun. So he's going to be more than fine. Still, they're trying to maybe catch somebody off. It's not going to happen, though. Nighthawk needs to be a little bit careful, but Nighthawk has just finished his Shrunken Head. So, actually, our Legion team, they may try to make something happen. Might not be for the better, though, because all 5 are up here for Team GA. So, Cats Gaming is going to fall back in the end. But, yeah, Shrunken Head on Nighthound. So, that's good news here, again, for the Legion team.
Yep, and then as you just say, that Shrunken Head now finished on to Devour. Although, I don't know if that was just the
pattern.
The pattern. Yeah, you can't really tell sometimes. It just shows the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has the whole thing yet. I'd be surprised if he did. But he is going to go for a Shrunken Head as well on Devourer. He almost has it. And, yeah, that's a really good pickup by Nighthound. I think it's really going to come into play here in the next few minutes.
Yeah. And Nighthound has taken over the top farmer for his team, at least. Again, now at 280 gold per minute, so definitely just continues to recover here. And as he levels up, he's also going to get the higher levels of the smoke bomb now and eventually be maxed out with that. And, of course, the radius on that will definitely be that much more effective because of it. So that's going to be good news for the Legion team, as well as a mischance for that matter, as I'm double-checking exactly what it does with the level up. But so, yeah, Night Down again looking very, very good here, just like Torturer, who I got to think that Shrunken Head actually is going to be in the near future for him. He's had that Mighty Blade for a while. He's heading back to base right now, so we'll see if he has another item with that, or maybe just waiting for the recipe at this point. Maybe he has a Warhammer, but it's sitting in a stash. Anyways, Shrunken Head again going to be his item of choice most likely here in the near future. Slither has continued to play really the bitch ward support, actually. What do you think of that choice, having Slither play the bitch ward rather than the Aluna in this case?
I think it's fine, because Aluna can always transition into a sort of pseudo carry as the game progresses. Slither, I mean, he can. We've seen Slither's carry, and kind of what we saw Orange Esports do it, but it's really not ideal unless you have a lineup that has to call for it.
Oh my god, Myrmidon, it looks like he actually may get away. The hook's going to miss right there, and Myrmidon will survive. Excellent getaway. That's the power of the waveform. That all started with the Fade with the Burning Shadows nuke on the Devour, nom nom nom, and helped him get away right there. So excellent, excellent coordination. And again, that was the case, despite no deaths happening, that was a pretty big deal because a lot of resources were used right there. Yep. By the Hellborn team to put in the middle lane, and in the meantime, Nighthound's just doing his thing, farming. Now, he is going to fall back right here. Obviously, you see the Hellborn team making their way over, and they were spotted by a ward of sight, so well played by Nighthound, paying attention to the map, and he is going to survive as a result of this. But all 5 Hellborn players, as Aluna's making her way over as a straggler, they're going to now push this top lane. So the Hellborn team, Team GA, they're definitely, name of the game for them apparently is just keep this aggression up, especially with tower pushing. And that's what they're going to do here. In fact, they're going to catch Fade off to the side. A great catch right here.
Wow.
Obviously, the Revelation spotting, and with the Swarm on top, you are not getting away. So a huge kill for Team GA right there. And now this may secure the tower kill. As a result of that, she cannot buy back, even if she wanted to. Devour in the front line. Maybe he's going to go for a hook attempt here. Nighthound obviously after the side.
Wow,
you
Penny,
see a
very
sight placed
ballsy.
down, and there we go. Cloud comes out. Weedfell will hit, actually. Pestilence got caught by it as well. As soon as he drops it, down goes Devour right there. The poison burst used, but the Shrunken Head Nighthound is doing work right now. He's going to start falling back. In comes Myrmidon with the Forced Evolution activated. Torture with the ultimate, and Torture is just wrecking up the Hellborn team right now. Nighthound's still alive. Aluna is in hot pursuit here. Nighthound with the leap, and down goes Aluna. Double tap for Torture. As well saw a hat trick coming out for Nighthound and a genocide for Cats Gaming.
Yeah, that was just really ballsy play there by Rage Hissy Fit, kind of running past the tower for really no reason. He came back here to place a ward, and you gotta think that's pretty obvious when you run there to place a ward and he's tanking all this damage. I gotta say too, kudos to Guess Who. That was an amazing swap there to try to save Scorpion. He actually did end up falling right here near the well due to the Slither damage over time. But a very good job there played by Guess Who, and just the whole Legion team for that matter.
Yeah, and the really scary thing now for Team GA is that Nighthound, okay, so we got the Shrunken Head first. Now he's going to start picking up agility. You see him already with the Quick Blade, and of course, obviously I say that not only being an agility hero, but the backstab really benefits from that agility. In fact, you see him purchase a second Quick Blade, so there you go. Nullfire Blade is going to be the weapon of choice here, at least initially for Nighthound. You like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's pretty. Nighthound's one of those heroes. It's like he has a standard build, and it's very rare that you see anyone deviate from it. So it's the Shrunken Head with the Nullfire. Most people go for a Nullfire first, but I actually really agree with him in the fact that he should go Shrunken Head first item here, just because all the magic damage and CC coming out from the Hellborn team.
Yeah. So. Man, and remember, they did that all without Fade, and obviously that was a very aggressive play there from the Hellborn team, specifically Devour, but they did that all without Fade. You got to figure if she's alive for a big team fight initiation like that, then big-time favorite for the Legion team. You see Devour going for a Portal Key hook right there, missing though, so will not be able to capitalize off of that. Obviously, Pestilence, he did have a Portal Key in that last fight as well, but on that note, I mean, we saw the moment where he Portal Keyed in and actually just happened to be perfect timing with the Weed Field by Myrmidon. Again, that's just one of those complete luck cases, but he'll take all the credit for it. And that may have made the difference because Nighthound was able to activate a Shrunken Head and start turning things around. I mean, if he got caught by a stun there, then maybe things could have been a little bit different. But anyways, they won the fight. That's what matters. Hellborn team, though, Team GA, though, at the same time, apparently they're finding it that they need to keep the aggression up, and they are going to continue to do so. Do you think it needs to be this aggressive from Team GA?
No, I mean, you look at the heroes, they really have no pushing power, especially considering the fact that Slither did not choose to level up those wards, or sorry, the Toxin wards. He didn't choose to level them up, so they really have absolutely no power in pushing. I don't think they have, actually a hook coming out onto Myrmidon. He does get it and does connect, and they will get a very good kill on the Scorpion there, so great job by Rage Hissy Fit. So just as I was saying that they have no pushing power, they might actually be able to go to push now because of that pickoff.
Yeah, that's similar to a Valkyrie Arrow situation, but even better in the circumstance that it brings it to you rather than you having to go to it. But that's a huge start of the fight. Torture actually going to jump from here. You see the swamp over and the hook actually brings Pestilence back. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but actually the smoke cloud coming out. Devour's in a little bit of trouble now. He's getting completely locked down. The poison burst used by the Shrunken Head Nighthound. He don't give no shits right now. He is wrecking faces. Pestilence will fall. Artesia doing what he can in the midst of it all, but Artesia completely out of mana, and of course she becomes useless once she's out of that mana. Fade is dropping right here, but he'll end up surviving. And once again, Team Cats Gaming, they come out on top of that team fight as both Aluna. Oh, the power throw!
my
It
God.
takes out Andromeda and Torture. Oh, it just got it as it happened. The double tap right there. So actually, Aluna gets a little bit of a chuckle in the end, but still, even with that, Cats Gaming no doubt winning that fight.
Gloomy smile playing Aluna there. He's going to have a smile on his face after that one. But, yeah, you were asking should they be pushing. I mean, even with that kill, absolutely not. I mean, they need to go for more than just one pick-off. And if they do go for a push after a pick-off, it's got to be on a hero like NightHound or Torturer.
Yeah.
I mean, Myrmidon obviously has played a role in these team fights, but it's not one of your, like, your carry key heroes. I mean, you got to get with somebody like NightHound or Torturer, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, and, you know, speaking of NightHound, no Fireblade finish now, and it's at level 2 now. It's still level 1. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him even level that up. And he is just going to get more and more deadly. So, but that's the thing, though. That's, again, why I question, too, is should they continue to play so aggressive? Because I feel like, you know, especially with the lead that they had, they could have sat back a little bit more and allowed Pestilence to just really start to take off. I think with him starting to take off, I mean, again, he is a counter hero to a hero like NightHound because of that swarm. And if you let him get a good amount of farm, you know, get him that shrunken head to follow up to the portal key even, and then going further after that. Speaking of NightHound, look at him just wrecking Slither at the top lane. She is going to get support, though, and actually survive. Artesia ultimate. Is that allowed to cast in the smoke cloud? I'm guessing it is.
Yes.
But yeah, you see him get away himself. So, but yeah, but that's not happening. Pestilence is just still sitting on a mighty blade. Still yet to have even the shrunken head, which again could be a very powerful item for him. So it's almost as if Team GA, though, they just as shocked as us that this comeback started to happen. And they're getting a little bit desperate because that Myrmidon is going to get picked here in the butt. Again, a great Pyrrhic shot. What a turnaround for the Legion team. In comes Torture, Devourer, and Pestilence fall. And that's the cue here for Cats Gaming to make an aggressive counter push themselves. Artesia trying to get away right here. Burning Shadows, maximum range. Chain reactions hit. The Wheatfield on top. She gets tableted, but nothing happening from that. Aluna now in the midst of it. She will end up going down. Magikarp helping right there. 4 players are dead just like that, and they are going to really push in this tower now. Slither, the only survivor, he's just going to fall back and get some regen. So, wow. Cats Gaming game is in total control for them now.
I mean, it seems like we just blinked our eyes and bam, now they're in 21k experience lead.
Yeah.
And it seemed like GA had this game, but some sloppy play, some interesting decisions, and you know, great play by Cats, and they're well back in this game and actually taking this lead quite handily.
Yeah, definitely the lead now for them. And you know, when you look at the Hellborn side, again, Pestilence is really that key hero in terms of maybe trying to compete as carry against this NightHound, but he's not getting the farm whatsoever. He's dropped down to 237 GPM. NightHound, on the other hand, all the way up to 336, and it doesn't seem like it's slowing down. So, but really, you know, talking about NightHound a lot, but as a team, I mean, no doubt, Cats Gaming has been playing fantastic, and in terms of this comeback, we've given so much praise to heroes like Fade, Myrmidon, Torture has also done fantastic, as an Andromeda. So Cats Gaming as a team is making this comeback, and you know, obviously they're down 1-0 here in Game 2, and if they keep up this pace, then we are going to be going to a Game 3 because of it. So that's the good news for them. But again, not to get too ahead of ourselves, so I'm sure plenty of game left here as Team G. Oh, actually a good catch off to the side. Artesia using that ultimate, taking advantage of a ward of sight that was placed and sniping out Myrmidon. That's obviously another powerful use of the Artesia ultimate right there.
Yeah, it is powerful. The only, I mean, it's not really a bad thing. It's just kind of like an unfortunate thing is, you know, I don't think she doesn't get any experience from that, and she's not in range of the hero unless there's something that states in the spell that they get experience from it. No, they don't.
So yeah.
So I know that there was some weird thing with that, like I can't remember if it was Dota where you could get experience from the Maledict kill from Witch Doctor. I don't remember, but anyway, yeah, he doesn't get experience from that, so it's kind of one unfortunate thing. But a good kill there. That is going to signal a flag for them that there was a ward there, but unfortunately for them, it did just go away. So.
Yeah. Ooh, Faye needed to be careful. She actually did get dusted right there, but she's going to be able to sprint away before getting caught out. So that's actually a good point to bring up too. That, you know, dust is still a very, very useful tool against this Legion team, especially of course for both NightHound and Fade. And we saw a case of it right there, almost working beautifully for Team GA, but Fade saw it happening and was able to react in time. And it got away herself. Of course, the thing with NightHound, if he does happen to get dusted, of course he can purge himself with that Nifty no fire blade. Fade catching a Luna right here and drops her before the Hellborn team can react. That's the power of what is now a level 3 Codex here for Fade. And they may push in this bottom lane a little bit as a result of that too. So Fade, she's now level 17. I mean, Slither, Aluna, Artesia even are all valuable, very, very likely targets for her to jump and get the kill. And Myrmidon takes out Devour at the top lane. I just got the tail end of that, but I got to think Devour was letting them back the bottom lane. They take out Artesia, so kills just happening left and right all of a sudden for Cats Gaming. Oh, Team GA is just falling apart here.
I was just going to say that. It just seems like they're falling apart. They had such a great lead and a great start at the beginning. I mean, like you said, it looked like it was going to be a 15-minute concede, but this is one of those team lineups where once you get to a certain point in a game, and really in any game, the lineup doesn't really matter as much. Like, the laning phase is all, like, you pretty much pick for the laning phase. Like, how am I going to lane it? Because, you know, any hero can really kind of snowball if you have a good start in the beginning. But for somehow, Cats' lineup was able to, like, get past that laning phase. And, you know, now it doesn't matter. I mean, these heroes all work very well with each other. They have great stuns. I mean, Fade opens up the map so much. It's going to be so hard to get any kind of farm if you're on the Hellborn side just because of that threat of a Fade gank, who can pretty much kill anybody she wants at this point, except for maybe Devour.
Yeah, Devour, maybe not, but yeah, everyone else, very, very open target for her to jump and do at least a lot of damage to, if not kill. So, but yeah, by the way, Token of Life now on NightHound, as well as a Firebrand, which was just finished. So he stays on the level 1 no Fireblade, but he does have a Firebrand now, and you see how hard he's hitting, especially with that backstab again. And again, he has 132 agility currently, so a lot of added damage, of course, from that. With his third ability. See him critic for 433 right there, even with the pound. So Fade is at a level 4 Codex now? Yeah, level 4 Codex. Torturer, I did see purchase it. Okay, there you go. He goes back to base, and sure enough in his stash. So Staff of the Master on Torturer, actually. Not a hero you would see that on usually, but it does increase the damage of the ultimate, of course. So.
Yeah, I think it's a fine pickup here, actually. They have so many stuns, and the smoke cloud that slows everybody and makes them so they can't really get away or cast spells. And there's no shrunken heads picked up on the Hellborn side yet, so, you know, as well as the damage on the ultimate that increases, it also just gives you, you know, some good stats from the item as well. So I actually think it's a good pickup.
Middle lane, Artesia, ultimate actually coming down. Fade went for the open. She's not trying to get away. Devour hooks Myrmidon actually. Fade able to stay alive right now. Lunasun hitting, but it's not going to matter. In comes Nighthound. Trigger Net activated. There's the poison burst. But look at Torture in the midst of it all. The ultimate's activated. And again, just wrecking face. Slither goes down. Pestilence falls. Devour dies in the background. Aluna able to get away somehow as she turns around with the red power throw. And so does Artesia.
Oh, wow.
But Torture doing so much right there. And there you go. The vote to concede goes through, and we are going to a third and final game now. As a result of that, Cats Gaming is victorious. Wow, as my game crashes even just because of the intensity of that game right there to finish. So, man, I mean, that went from being a 15-minute concede victory for Team GA to a 35-minute victory for Cats Gaming. I mean, that was a crazy turnaround. We got to see the game play out. That was also exciting, again, with all those heroes. NightHound, man. NightHound doing work that game.
Yeah, but, I mean, as we both saw, that hero was struggling so badly. I mean, the NightHound Andromeda long lane against the Slither Devour, obviously it wasn't able to get anything in the beginning there. It seemed like Team Cats was losing every single lane, and GA had this game, and they just let it slip through their fingers, and some poor play and some, like, tower pushing that I don't think really was necessary at the time. I mean, like I said before, Love and Stuff playing the Slither decided to opt out of getting the wards. Yeah. Did not have it leveled up, so they really had no pushing potential whatsoever. Their team was all gank-oriented. I think they could have at least waited until Pestilence had that shrunken head with the portal key until they actually really could do some initiation past the tower and then push the tower. But, you know, Cats played it well, and they were able to get, like I said, past that laning phase despite how badly it may have been. And we're able to take actually what was a very solid victory toward the end there. I think they ended with a 33K experience lead. So yeah, I
mean it wasn't like they barely squeaked away. I mean they just completely turned that around and they just started dominating. And by all means, I'm not surprised to see Team GA concede right there, honestly, because it was just getting out of hand and they were not going to be coming back from that. So again, I said it wouldn't surprise me going into the second game. Sure enough, we have a third game coming up here between Team GA and Cats Gaming. So the Battle of the Russians Who will be the victor? We'll find out in just a couple of minutes here. Get it started off with Game 3. On that note, stay tuned, guys. Break CBK, joining me, TrialForMadorHoncast.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with game number 3.